love? I don't wanna think about it. Too much of it being toxic. Is it forced or we being honest? Oh, this love got me going crazy about you. Fighting, trying to find my way around it. Crazy, wonder where we went and don't remember vaguely. Try to let it go with something that ain't me. Yes, I feel the way inside, but you forgive me every time I lie. If I were you, I hate me. Apologize, but even angels have a demon side. Yeah, so do I. But still you love me with no reasons why. What is love? I don't wanna think about it. Too much of it being toxic. Is it forced or we being honest? Oh, what is love? Got me going crazy about you. Fighting, trying to find my way around it. What is the game that we even play? The one that want me to stay, the one that I gotta leave. The guilt that surrounded me, the mirrors in front of me. Emotional casualty, probably feel therapy. Just don't know how to be. Apologize, but even angels have a demon side. Yeah, so do I. But still you love me with no reasons why. What is love? I don't wanna think about it. Too much of it being toxic. Is it forced or we being honest? Oh, what is love? Got me going crazy about you. Fighting, trying to find my way around it. What is?
Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Real Talk with Cinthia. I am your host, Cinthia Tamayo, and this is episode 3 of Real Talk with Cinthia. And I'm so excited for today's guest, like every single week. But if you guys are tuned in, or if you guys are listening to the replay, you guys make sure to share this and drop comments once we are done with the live. I'm waiting for my guest. Let me just make sure she's. Hold on a second, guys. I see her on here, but let me just make sure. There she is. Lordus, welcome. You guys tune in. If not, share. I'm sure YouTube's telling people, hey, we're live. But welcome, Lordus. How are you, love?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Look, I went to go get me a drink. This is all I had. You know what it is? It's a Sprite cranberry, and I just put a shot of tequila in there.
That's all you need. And that's all you need. That's all you need.
So we're good. So cheers. Yes. But how are you? Thank you so much for accepting the invite. I'm so excited to catch up with you because, man, I'm one of your number one fans too. So
Thank you. You've always supported, like, since Rodney Jerkins and all of that. So yeah, you've always been. Yeah.
How have you been? How's life?
Life is good. Figuring things out, working on music. The creative juices are flowing. So I've just been in my creative bag lately. So yeah, things are good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting. And now I know when I messaged you, you were like, what happened? Why are you not in the crypto world? And obviously that's where I met you, or I met you and a lot of these other people, artists through there, which I still am part of Web3. It's just, life happens. Like you said, life happens and just kind of in another direction. But I was like, I need to restart my podcast. And of course, immediately I thought of you. I'm like, I got to interview her and see how she's doing. Yeah. So are you still doing because I know I have one of your NFTs, one of your songs still. Remember
I am not doing that right now. I'm focusing more on like the DSPs and stuff. I would love to do it probably in the future. Maybe we'll see how that goes. But right now I am not doing that.
Okay. You know what? That's what I'm saying. Life changes, things happen, and sometimes we take different directions, right? I mean, that's just the way it goes. I know for myself too, or sometimes life takes unexpected turns and you're like, all right, well, so hey, it's okay. So for people who are watching, of course, just give like a small intro of who you are. People are just watching for the first time and they're like, who's this?
Who's this girl?
Yeah, who's this girl? Tell
us. So my name's Lordus. I'm singer-songwriter from Brooklyn. Born to Haitian parents. I've been just doing music, seems like forever. Lately, I've just been writing stories about love, the heartbreak, life, mental health, all of that. Just trying to, talk about myself, and hopefully I can, speak to someone's situation or whatever. Someone can connect with me. But yeah, that's what I've been doing.
I love that. And one of the reasons why, because people have asked me too, like, why do you interview people in the music industry? Number one, I grew up in music and I just love music. And music, I believe, is so powerful, right? And
Yeah.
I love to highlight artists who are, I mean, honestly, you have so much talent, you have a beautiful voice. And I know obviously you do have a platform, but I feel like I'm like, man, they need more people viewing, listening to your music. And,
Yeah.
and I love how you said that you want to like be able to impact people, basically, not in those exact words, right? But
Yeah, that's the verbiage.
right. Yeah, but it's so true. I think music, I don't know, music can be healing. Music is just such a universal
Language, yeah.
language. Yeah. And I love it. Like I told you, behind the scenes, I love R&B, and I mean I love all music, but R&B is one of my like
Favorites, yeah.
yeah.
Same.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So tell us, people who are listening, tell us how like you started in the music. And I love to ask this just because you hear people say, "Oh, I've been singing since I was 2," and others like, and then one of my last guests, she's like, "No, not till like I was 20." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So how did you're like, okay, I got a talent and I'm gonna use it. How did that go about?
So for me, I thought, I was talking to my brother about this the other day. I thought, I always told people I started singing because my older sister was singing. And she used to like write stories and stuff. So she used to have like Tony Braxton, Boys to Men, all of the, the 90s favorites,
Yeah.
playing in the house. So she would sing, I would just follow. But then my mom was like, actually, you've been singing since way before. It's like, I guess, a thing I did to just soothe myself. So she was just like, I've been doing it. And I think at the time, a friend of hers was like, if this is what she wants to do, you should let her do it. But I think around that time, I was probably, she said I was probably like the three.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't
remember that far. So basically, all your family is talented. They all sing, and
that's what it's giving, because I'm finding out new like cousins and everyone like into music, and my younger sister sings as well. Like cousin that does poetry. Like everybody's talented. Yeah.
Cool. Wait, so your sister? I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but she's not your twin, is she?
She's not. No.
You guys like
we get that a lot, but no.
I know. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure
at this point we might as well be.
You might as well be. And that's how it was with my sister when I was growing up. Now things are. I mean, they still tell us we look a lot alike, but like when we were growing up, like, are you guys twins? But I had to ask. I'm pretty sure I asked you. So I was like, I'm pretty sure they're not, but I have to ask.
Yes, we do. I love her.
Super cute. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Walk with Winnie says, "Hi, beauties. Welcome in, you guys. Thank you guys."
Yes, and there she is. Yes.
Hi, I love it. Oh, look at her. She's here. She's showing some love. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys are just tuning in, if you guys can do us a favor and share the live and let people, tell them to come in here and chat with us. This is just a chill podcast, real talk, obviously, but I'm super excited to talk to you. And I think it's so cool the way music, because I know I've talked to you a little bit, but it's like, tell me, or I guess I should ask you. Like I hear your music and I'm just like, my gosh, this woman is so talented. You just have a natural gift. Yeah. But tell us a little bit about, I guess you can say not the struggles, but like say maybe the challenge that you find like trying to rise, as an artist, especially in now in these days nowadays, what have been some of your like challenges to be like, I need to put myself out there more. I want more people to listen to me, or even just you performing and you being it as an artist. Does that make sense?
Yes. So before, let me just pause for a second, because before I would say like everyone knows like the industry and how things are up and down and stuff, but I think right now this year has taught me a lot, and I came to like the realization that I've been just not putting myself out there as much as I should. So this year I've just been performing a lot more than I've ever performed. I've been on TikTok a lot, sharing my stories, sharing my music. I've been able to like just create, freely. So I feel like I was just restricting myself and felt like it should have looked a certain way. And now I'm just trying to just go with the flow and just like, whatever I'm called to create, whatever I'm called to write, I just do that. And so I feel like right now I'm more free, or we're going towards that.
I love that.
But yeah, before I feel like I was just restricting myself and felt like, okay, I need to do pop or I need to do this. And I, like, so right now it's just like, okay.
So you mean you were more like, you were kind of like just like overthinking, like, or putting too much pressure on you?
And just being critical of myself. And it's just like, just do what you do, basically. So.
And you know what's so crazy, Lord, is because I think it's really cool that we talk about this. And I love this. You know me, if you can follow me, I'm huge into mental health, and I know you are too. And I love when I have guests, a lot of people, obviously, I mean, I think everybody should be involved in that, right? But I feel like that's something, even just in the regular world, us people who are not artists and stuff like that, like something that you struggle with, right? I can't even imagine the pressure as like an artist, right? Like you said, if not being artists, we're so hard on ourselves, period, right? We're like our biggest critics, we're like our biggest haters sometimes.
Right, exactly.
Right. Yeah. And you know what's so crazy is just like, at least for me in my stage in my life right now, I'm like, I have to learn. I read a book where it's like, you have to be your biggest cheerleader. Like, you have to believe in you, and you have to be like, hey, I don't really care what anybody else thinks. Like, I'm gonna do, like you just said right now, I'm creating now, which that's your God-given talent, right? Like, you're using what God has given you, universe, whatever people believe, and how you can express what, like, through music, and you're touching people. Like, I know I can hear. I was literally listening to your music on my Alexa before, like, I got on here. And I even asked her, I'm like, wait, I'm like, Alexa, who is this? I knew it was you, but I was like, wait, you, because I'm turning up shuffle. And she's like, Lordus. I was like, man, this. Yeah. Well, she, like, you have such a beautiful voice. You said Toni Braxton. You kind of give me her vibe every here and there, but I feel like you have more of a smoother voice. But my question to you is, like, in the music industry, like you said, maybe you said, oh, the music industry, but I think it all starts in your personal life, right? Space. Right. Like, what is your maybe goal now that you're like, okay, I think I'm gonna just put myself out there more. I'm gonna create. I'm gonna just do me, right? What is your goal though? Because I know, I mean, I can't say because I'm not in the music industry, but it is a huge industry. Like, are you wanting to like what is your goal with your music?
The goal is still the same. Yeah, the goal is still the same, to just be impactful and just to be able to like connect, because honestly, just growing up, I felt like I didn't really connect with a lot of people. I always felt like a loner, so it's like, I knew people, but I just, I wasn't really allowed. I was also sheltered, so I wasn't allowed to do much. So music has always been like my thing that I felt like, okay, I'm good at. And it does, even though we have our love-hate relationship, it does make me happy. It is something that I can't seem to like live without, honestly, because I would say I quit and then I'm right back doing it again. So the goal is still the same, and it's just to impact people and just to create, so that's the thing.
And I love that you keep saying to impact people, because I feel like that is so important, especially in these times. Like, oh my God, this world is just, that's a whole nother story, right? It's so much negativity, so much healing that a lot of people need. And we were talking about that a couple podcasts ago, how music can be so healing. So when you say you want to impact people, is that what you mean? Like, when you put music out there, they're like they could just connect with you and connect with your music and be able to heal? Would you say? I don't want words into my.
It's just like for people to like, it's like a reflection, like of themselves they find in me. Lately I've been, trying to write about like my process of like overthinking and just, other things like that. But I feel like whatever that may look like, whether it's talking about love, whether it's talking about heartbreak, or just mental health in the whatever that looks like for every individual, I just wanted to be able to impact them that way, so.
I love that. And I think that's just so important, because I feel like because you do connect with people through music, you know what I mean? And like, even for myself, finding people that I've been like connecting with, I'm like, man, these people are like really have talent. And I think it's so important, like, to, like you said, and you could maybe share with us a little bit more of your story, like maybe, like I said, like behind the scenes struggles or even experiences that you've had that you're like, man, I almost left music. And I've had people, I messaged this one girl I knew, oh my gosh, since she was a little girl. She has a beautiful voice. And I messaged her asking her about that. She's like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. And I was like, okay, obviously you respect people's.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, I'm like, I just feel like when someone has that talent, like you have to, but of course it comes with its.
I mean, it's heavy sometimes because you see it look like you want it to look a specific way, and then you have a goal and you don't meet that goal, and then you're like, okay, maybe I'm not meant to do this. Maybe
you're questioning yourself.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of doubt, and it's just like, okay, time is going and it's not happening how I thought. So I've been in my spiritual journey as well. So I've been trying to allow things to just go, let go, and everything happens for a reason. And right now, I guess I'm in a space of just trying to own my gift and using it as a tool,
Yeah.
And also there's just, I know this is a gift. I'm going to be doing it regardless. I don't need to get paid for it. So it's just like wherever it takes me is where it takes me. Whoever is impacted by my music, whether it's 5, 50, 50,000, it's whatever, so that's where I'm at with it.
I love that. And, and like, even you coming on my podcast, I always, I'm crazy. I just message people. I'm like, worst case, they ignore me. Worst case scenario, they just ignore,
I never ignore you.
No, I appreciate it. No, I'm just saying, because I just love to highlight people, like, and obviously I don't have a huge platform, but we're getting, we're going to grow, and I want to be consistent. And I can see, like, for me, it's different than music, right? But I'm like, I know something that I've learned, especially this year, is in order for you to achieve your goals, I guess you could say, you just have to be consistent. But then I've also learned that sometimes our plans don't work, don't unfold the way we plan. Does that make sense?
Right, exactly.
It's happened to me where I'm like, this is kind of what I want. Then I'm like, the heck, like, but then God, universe has other plans. He's like, hold on a second. Hold on. Like, I'm gonna put you, I'm gonna, you fulfill what you're supposed to do here, but it might just not look like the way
you want it to look,
right? Does that make sense? Does that resonate?
Yeah. Period. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Pretty much, because I'm just like so controlling, and I just like want it to happen a specific way. And if it doesn't happen, and it's like, but now I'm letting go. Like,
I love that.
We're working on it, but we're letting go and allowing things to unfold how they unfold.
Yeah, and you know what? And I think, Lord, it's a work in progress, just as individuals, right? Like in our lives. Like, I think, again, when we do want to control every little thing, I think that puts more pressure on us, and then that kind of like stresses everything out, right? But when you're like, okay, I've got the talent, like,
because sometimes also for me, from where I'm at right now, I'm realizing maybe I wasn't ready, for certain things, and maybe God, the universe, is preparing me for something that is coming. So I'm just trying to find reason, even if I get frustrated, even if I get flustered. I'm trying to find reason in everything that happens, whether it's good or bad. So yeah,
I love that. So basically, you're trusting the process, right? And I think
that's what we're trying to do.
and I'm sure, like you said, it's easier said than done, right? For sure, 100%. Because I've talked to other people, whether in the music industry or just in general, just in life. This is why I know I'm super passionate about empowering people, not because I figured it out, but because I know if I need it, I know other people need it. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And, excuse me. And I think it's something I've learned also, and I don't know if you could take this or not, but I think it's learning also how to embrace the journey, because a lot of times we're so focused on the destination, on the end goal, and we're just like, oh, like, I'm not getting there. Like, what the heck, And when you're like, okay, like you just said, I'm gonna trust in the process. I'm letting go. Embrace my journey, because obviously I'm taking the steps, or I'm at the pace that I'm going for a reason. I don't know, right? Would you agree?
Basically, yeah.
She said basically.
Basically, yeah. You said it well.
Yeah, and I love it. I mean, and I think that's what it is. I feel like once you get to a place, like you said, and it's not easy, it's easier said than done, where you're like, I'm just gonna let go and just trust the process. I feel like slowly things are, doors will open for you. Slowly things will come together how they're supposed to.
Because like you said, once you force it, like, it's just like, for me, I'm realizing, even like last year, I didn't perform as much, like I'm learning different things about myself, and it's a challenge to be on stage. Like singing on stage is different than singing in the studio. So I'm learning, like, okay, I want to sing like this, or I want to do this. So it's still a learning process. And as far as like my career goes, I feel like I have been in different phases at different times. There was a phase of me just trying to find my sound. There was a phase of me trying to figure out my brand and, my look. And then now there's a phase of me just performing and just trying to get comfortable with that. So that's where I'm at.
I love that. I love it. So in this past, I guess you can say, year, because my God, this year's almost done. That's crazy.
Over.
It just kind of like dawned on me. I'm like, wait, like literally, this is almost over. Like,
over.
What were your highlights? I know. What were your highlights this year? Like, what did you do? I mean, you're still in New York, right?
Yes.
Okay. Like, what was your highlights of this year? Like, would you say as in your artist career?
There's a lot, actually. Yeah, there's quite a bit, because I was able to, put a show together with my sister and her launching her, studio company.
Okay, I'm gonna have to interview her.
And you should. And that within itself, like we sold out. Whitney, yes.
Whitney, are you there? See, she's gonna be like, I'm leaving now. I'm just kidding. So you guys are coming in. Welcome in, guys. If you guys can like the live, please, and share. Go ahead. Sorry.
So no, it's like I performed a lot more than I've ever performed. That's one. Wow. Us just being able to sell out like shows this year too. Like I think 2 shows we sold out, like in Brooklyn at the Green Room. And it was just like, just the ability to perform, and then realizing, just trying to tap into like producing a little bit, even though I'm not all the way hands-on, but I'm just trying to learn that process. But it's just been different. I don't know. It's been a little, this year started a little heavy, but it's been like, it's gradually it has gotten lighter. So I feel like, I think I've accomplished quite a bit in just finding out, what I want to sing about, what I want to talk about, even planning for what's to come next year, like the ability to have the clarity on what I want.
I love that.
Yeah.
No, I love that. And you can talk, obviously, share whatever you're comfortable sharing, but what would you say? Because I mean, obviously, I don't know what other goals you have, and if you want to share them, you can, because you said you started off kind of rough. Would you say just like, because obviously even as an artist, I can imagine, I'm not speaking for you, but like obviously you have your real life, right? You have your own personal stuff. Like, how do you, what has been, I guess, maybe your biggest challenge, like on a personal level, and then how has that affected you, like as an artist? Or has it helped? Because I know a lot of people use that to write, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Recently, I've used that to write. But before I did not. I think I'm the type of person to hold everything close to the vest, and I don't, and I overthink a lot. So it's just like, I've just been, a lot has happened in like childhood and all of that. So I've just been, navigating that space, and certain things that happen to you when you're younger, it comes back when you're an adult if you haven't dealt with it. So this year I decided, okay, I'm going to be in therapy, figure out what's going on. I want, like, for me, therapy right now is the ability to figure out who I am, and also to be able to like articulate what I like with people, like just to be able to connect and talk to people, because communicating sometimes is hard for me too, especially when you have a lot going on and you don't know what to say or how to say, and like I feel like I'm awkwardly social at times. So it's just like just being in your head. So therapy has helped with that. I've also realized like a lot about myself, as far as like just being this heavy person. I used to just call myself like the sad girl. But lately I've been able to just navigate that space and figure out, okay, where that stems from. And, it's been helping, therapy and just talking. And even I wasn't an advocate for it before, but medication also is helping. So I'm just in a new space where I'm just trying to just be better, whether that's working out, being in therapy, being on medication, just doing that. So just trying to better myself so I can do my music how I want to do it and just be present, with family, friends, and all of that. So yeah.
I love that. And I appreciate you sharing that, because I feel like it's important if anyone's listening. I think this is why I titled this Real Talk, right? Because I think a lot of times, especially nowadays on social media, you see artists, or just anybody, right? Not so much even just artists, just people behind social media, behind that phone. A lot of times it's really easy for us to, not that you have to expose your life, right, on social media, but what I'm saying is there's a lot of people are battling with internal things on a day-to-day basis. I mean, I just had a conversation with my daughter. She just had a birthday too, and we're having just a deep conversation about the past and things that my kids went through and stuff. And I'm like, my God, like it's such a, and I don't know if you can relate, and you can comment on this if you want to, but it's such a difficult thing. Like, I feel like, how do I say it? Like, a lot of times we live in our past, but not because, maybe not even by choice, but because it does affect you. Like, whatever you go through does affect you, obviously. Like, it either triggers you or sometimes subconsciously, like, right?
Things that you don't realize will triggers you. So it's just like, yeah.
Exactly. And that's why I think it's so important to talk about mental health. And it's, because some people, I had a friend who was like, why are you always talking about motivation stuff? But I'm like, it's not that I've mastered it. It's just that I know I need to self-reflect on a regular basis. Even people who've gone to therapy, it's like, it's so helpful. And I commend you for that, because the therapy is so helpful. But at the same time, it's just like, you have to continue to I think, prioritize you, like your mental health, like even the healing journey is it's thrown out there like so much, and I do it as well. But I feel like one thing that I've learned, and I don't know if you can relate, or you go into therapy, but is sitting there and just feeling what you need to feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, when I started, I'm not gonna
avoid that.
I'm very like guarded, so it's just trying to break that down, and just realizing some things about myself, and again, being on the spiritual journey also in conjunction with therapy has been like a big help for me.
And what does that look like for you? Like, and I ask because, spiritual journey could look different for people. And again, this is a real talk conversation, so some people might resonate. I don't know, but I think it looks different for people, but it's so helpful,
It is. So for me, I did grow up like Catholic and all of that, but I didn't really. After that, I was just like, not really into church, especially after my father passed. I was just like, this is not for me. I didn't trust the church and all of that. But I still don't do the whole church thing, but I do like watch like sermons and stuff online of a specific church that I watch. And it's just, the way that he speaks, it's just my language where I can understand it. It's not like, fluff. And not to say that religion is fluff or anything. It's just for me, for a long time, I just wasn't connecting to that side. And I was a girl, actually, an influencer, shared his sermon. He goes by Pastor Mike. She shared his sermon, and it just connect. Like, I just connected to it. Like, it's just plainly, like, I can understand it. And it's just like, he talks about mental health. He talks about all of these things. So for me, it's just like, okay, he's just like me. And it didn't feel like this big
You didn't feel judged. You didn't feel like,
right.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I felt like going to church. And even like with my father passing, it was just not a great experience. So that spiritual journey has just been, okay, let me just lock in and watch a sermon every Sunday. And that's my church time where I'm just like, it's just me. I've been also like doing this thing that they have, which is called like Devo Energy, where it's like breaking down sermons and talking about their life experiences and how, it motivated them, or where they like, just their life, like just real stuff. So it's just, for me, it just helps to see that side,
I love that.
But yeah.
No, and I think it's so important. And you know what's crazy, Lord, is I feel like, again, a lot of times we're so in this place of like, overthinking, but also like, oh my God, I have to do what they say, or somebody tells you this is what you have to do. I feel like when we touch, tap into like, okay, what do I need? Like what does Lourdes need to you know, to help me grow, to help me heal? What makes me happy?
And I'm still learning, honestly. I'm still learning that.
No,
right.
And I think that's a forever type of thing, Laura. It's honestly like I feel like even the healing journey, even when you go to therapy, I feel like working on yourself, and I always say this is like the rest of our life type of thing. You know what I mean? Because you can get triggered, because life can life, and then you're like, oh my god, I was doing so good, but oh my god, this triggered me, or whatever the case may be. But I feel like
sorry to cut you off. I also feel like therapy is not only for like people who are going through it or had like traumatic experiences. I feel like therapy can be for people who just like, it's just allows you to communicate with people better. I feel, you know.
I agree.
Like you don't need to have this a lot going on to just be like, okay, let me go to therapy. I just feel like it allows you to connect and communicate with people better and understanding people better. But yeah.
And I think that's really neat, because again, people can see, for example, they can go to your Instagram, right, or to your just social media platform, like, wow, she's such a talented artist, but nobody, even super famous people like actors and all these people, you know, you're like, oh my god, wow. Or sometimes we're always scrolling, so I wish I had their life, but nobody really knows like the story behind every individual, you know. And I think it's so important that's why I feel like these real conversations are important, because it's really easy to post something or to even talk about something. Guys, everything's perfect, or you know, here's Lourdes, you guys, here's a perfect, like, no, I feel like especially nowadays, the way this world is, I feel like we need to connect and relate to people and say, oh, hold on, I'm not the only one that struggles with anxiety or with depression or with whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's so important. This is why, to me, even going back to music, I feel like it's so healing. And I love how you say, I want to be able to impact people. So maybe, and I'm just telling you from as a friend, I'm like, man, you don't know the impact that you are having on people, you know? And sometimes we need to have more grace on ourselves, because it's like, this is not you know, and then hear all these people who are like listening to your music and being touched by it, you know. But I feel like just as individuals, we just tend to be so hard on ourselves. But if we can tap into reality and be like, listen, let me breathe and be like, let me tap into gratitude. I was just talking to someone earlier. It's so easy to focus on what's not going good for us. It's so easy to focus on, why didn't this happen the way I wanted it to happen, or when I wanted it to happen, right? But when you're like, okay, like you just said earlier, all right, maybe it didn't happen when or how, but you know what? I'm like, the process, right? Would you agree?
Right. Exactly.
Really, thank you so much, Miha, for the super chat. I appreciate you, my daughter.
Oh.
I know, but I think it's just, that's why I love having conversations, because I think when people get to know the artist, like actually can have a talk, like right now that we're just talking, like I feel like it hits different again, because people could go on social media and it's something that happens. You scroll, you try to forget about real life, right? You try to forget about your problems, try to forget about things that we have to work on, right? Because it's so much easier to just scroll. But when you can have conversations with, oh my gosh, she's so talented, she's beautiful. Oh, but she's a real person. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, like, even for like my social media, like on Instagram, I don't really share. I guess I haven't figured out how to share my personal life and even my mental health. Like, I don't really share that on Instagram. It's been easy to share that on TikTok, and then I just shared it with you. But it's just like, even though I'm nervous and I get nervous with like interviews and stuff, I do appreciate this because it allows people to get to know me on a personal level. Because I don't like forcing things, or, you know, and if I don't know how to naturally just allow people in, it's just like, I don't want it to feel fake, you know. So I haven't been able.
By the way, you're doing amazing. Okay. Say that, guys. If you're in the chat and you're watching, show her some love, please, because you're doing amazing. I always say this, you know, it's so funny. I have people tell me, Cinthia, you're so crazy. How do you just invite anybody in? I'm like, I'm going to, maybe it's my age, but I'm like, I don't care. And then I get nervous at first. I'm like, okay, what if nobody? But I'm at a point where I'm like, listen, if nobody's watching, that's okay, because it's gonna be on my YouTube. People come back to it. Exactly. But I also love to, like, you know, I know when I was in the crypto world, I interview people that are like, you're so crazy. I'm like, it's okay. I'm like, but I did have a good thing of having people come on and they feel comfortable. So hopefully you feel comfortable.
Yeah, no, I definitely do feel comfortable.
but you know what? And this is your time, Lourdes. Like, I feel like it's so important to talk about that, because I say, and I don't know about you, but I know I look at the world we live in now. Sometimes I'm like, I need to get out of the United States. I just want to go to Mexico. I just want to go somewhere.
I need to go somewhere. I need to get out. Yeah.
Seriously, but the thing is, like, I feel like, oh my God, I don't know. I don't like to use the term broken, but I do feel like there's a lot of people who were just, I don't know if that's the right term. I don't like to say that, but the people need healing. Well, the whole country needs healing, right?
Yeah, that's just what it is. We all need like just some type of healing, some type of compassion, like that's, and grace also.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah. But
I think, it's just important to talk about this stuff. And like I said, I think it's really cool to be able to talk to like artists, and not just artists. I'm going to have all types of different people, on here. But I think it's just to get to know people, because I feel like people just need to relate, to know that they can relate with people, even on TikTok, even on stuff I've been on there. Sometimes I'd be acting crazy, but sometimes I'm like, sometimes I do motivation, sometimes I'm serious, sometimes I'm just all over the place. But at the end of the day, I feel like, I can't remember who told me this. They're like, people just want to relate to people. Like they want you to be you, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's all you could do, Lord, is because you're a beautiful soul, beautiful woman, so talented. Thank you. Honestly, I think you just need to just tap into that, because, and also if you do feel comfortable to use your platform to share about your, maybe challenges in life, like that people can relate to you.
It's a work in progress. Like I said, this year has been about just putting myself out there on a different level, and just the ability to talk about like just who I am and what I do and stuff, because yes, I do music, and that's like a big part.
Yeah.
But also a big part is just, I am one of my mom's primary caretakers. So, so that's like another huge thing. So it's, especially family is like really important to me. So
so sometimes it could be like a lot, like on your plate.
Always a lot. But I'm just trying to find, I guess, a way to just, put it out online. TikTok has been easy. I've been doing it day by day and just trying to find my little rhythm and way that I want to express that. But it's just hard. Like, I deal with personal life and regular. It's just like, it's not glamorous all the time. So it's like, how do you
that's okay.
talk about it? And, so that's my thing.
But you know what? And I think it goes back to, and I'm guilty of it too, of overthinking and be like, should I post this? Right. I remember I watched people say, grab the camera, talk, and just post. And sometimes I'm like, no, like you have to edit and and
exactly, that's the editing part is
true. But sometimes I feel like if you like, for example, if you have something to say, like I watched some of your videos when you were talking about, I think like the medication and stuff like that. I feel like people can like relate, like, oh wow, oh she's real, like I can relate to that. I think I see some comments too, right?
Yeah, I mean that video, I really thought about, okay, should I post this? Should I not? And a friend, I was at her house and she was just talking about mental health, and she was like, it doesn't matter like who judges you, because a lot of, like for me, I'm thinking about family. I'm from a Caribbean family, so they don't like really talking about stuff. Everything is like, keep it, exactly. So revealing that, for me, I think aside from like family, I think also for me is just the fear of being judged, even though I do know people who are on medication. I do know people who are, in therapy and going through the same things. I think for me, it's just the realization of, dang, you're, maybe there's something wrong with you. But then she made me realize, like, no, talk about it. Like everybody's going through it. You don't know who's going to connect to it. And that was like the first step. I do have a draft video in TikTok. Like I haven't posted yet, but it's just like to just keep people updated about like how the medication is and what it's like, what my journey has been on, been on it. But yeah.
And that, just to ask, just to clarify, if you want to answer, is that like what you're taking? Is that for like for anxiety, or is it for like?
It's like antidepressant and like for people who have ADHD, but it's just like this balance, like it's like 2 in 1.
Okay, gotcha.
That was like my first time ever being on it, and I've been on it for like a month, and it's been great. I'm not as like, I get down and stuff, but it's not like I'm able to bounce back quicker. I'm able to like not allow things to get to me. Like I used to be the one who just sits in the corner and I don't do anything for days or at a time. But being on this medication, I've been able to like focus. I've been able to just be on like tasks and routines and doing stuff, and it's been great.
Like
So
you, feel
far,
like you can function more like I guess
like a normal person.
I'll say normal because yeah. Well, and I appreciate you sharing that with us. Again, speaking on that on mental health, how that's such a real thing, and I feel like I mean, I read this book. I'm almost done with it. I haven't finished it yet, but she talks about Mel Robbins. It's the let them theory, and it's something that it's really cool because she talks about like so many times we don't do things in life. So many times we don't even pursue our dreams. We don't just do a lot because we're so worried about what others think. And it's so powerful because even like you said, even to post, even for myself, that I'm like but I'm like, oh my God, are they gonna judge me? Oh my gosh, it probably doesn't look right. And it's crazy when you read it. I recommend reading it if you ever want to get it. It's called The Let Them Theory. But I'm like, it's so crazy. She talks about how much power we give to others. By like, what are they gonna think? Is this good enough?
Yeah, that's me.
Because it has been so impactful for me. Obviously, it doesn't mean, oh my God, overnight I've mastered it. Okay, cool. Let everybody let. Right. But it's such a powerful theory because it's like think about it. We delay on things we want to do because we're so concerned if somebody else is gonna
like it, is gonna appreciate it. What are they gonna think?
And the crazy part is that those people are probably battling with their own struggles. But we give that much power to people. And she talks about let them and then also let me. I'm gonna let people think whatever they want, but I'm gonna make sure I do what I need to do to be happy. That I do what I need to do to, I don't know, to heal, to overcome, to
just live without expectation or just judgment or thinking about any of that because it's not real. It's in our heads. But
exactly, even the overthinking. I don't know where I was reading the other day. Overthinking is like it's just not real. Like you're giving yourself. Now again, it's easy to say that, right? Because when you go through it, you've been going through it for so long. It's kind of like, okay, Cinthia, shut up because you don't know how to feel. But I feel like, I don't know, at least I'm learning. And it's okay not to be okay. Sometimes it's okay to have bad days. It's okay to be like, oh my God, I was doing so good. And I used to be like that person. I have to do this, and if I don't, you feel like you fail. But the reality is that I've learned in life, you have to fail. To me, true failure is just giving up completely. You're like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Because you don't know what's on the other side, So it's just like, that's what I'm also telling myself, like, no matter how it looks, just keep going, just keep because I love to be prepared. I love to like know what I'm getting into.
Right.
But not everything works that way. So it's like, I just have to be.
It's true.
As scary as that sounds. Like
no. And you know what? It's true. And I think it's just really, I don't know. I feel like we take life too serious. Does that sound bad? I'm not saying that you don't take life serious, but I'm saying like,
I get what you mean.
like you said earlier, sometimes we forget to live. I know sometimes like because I deal with anxiety too, especially these past years, I never thought I had anxiety, and I never thought I had depression until I went through some stuff, and I was like, oh my God. And so I know when I go out walk in nature, like I feel like you can't breathe. Like it's a real thing. And this is why I think it's so important to talk about this stuff, because people battle with it by themselves, and when you can relate with someone, it's like, oh, hold on, I'm not alone. And again, I feel like nature, God, universe has given us natural healing, but we're so behind the, computer.
We're so consumed by other things that we're not.
Yeah. And also like music, for example, going back to music is a frequency, right? It's energy. And when you're listening to it, that's just why it hits home, whether you're listening to sad music or you're listening to happy music, it's an energy. Like you feel it makes you feel good. It's like a, and I feel like you do have a beautiful platform to be able to touch people, to just inspire people, to just make people feel good, and
we're working on that. We're doing it.
No. And I'm just saying it to you, like from my end, right? And speaking of that, we're gonna take a little bit, give you a little bit of a breather. Which song should we put? I have your YouTube up, but I don't know which one. Should I put the Say It one, or which one do you want me to put? Which one?
I feel like Who Knew has been very popular, has been doing very well. So I guess that would be a great one.
Okay, let's do that one. Let me hold on. Let me make sure I get it. I have to prepare it here, guys. I'm still working on having all this here. Speaking of that, right? You know what's so funny? Me coming back on my YouTube channel, because I had it kind of like dormant for a little bit, but I'm like, I worked hard for that, even though I don't have a ton of followers, but I'm like, I need to like go back on it, But sometimes I'm hard on myself too. I'm like, oh my god, maybe I'm not professional enough. Maybe I need to get better.
But if it makes you happy, then that's all that matters.
Exactly, and that's what I see. That's what I'm saying. It's not just you, Lord. We all have things that we need to.
It helps to know. It helps to know that it's not just me.
Good. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm sharing it with you, because even right now, as I'm looking, I'm like, oh my god, Cinthia. And then of course, going live, you have like, things can go.
Yeah, things can go a little crazy.
Yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and listen to this, you guys. If you guys are here, make sure again to tap that screen to share. I was gonna say tap it. This is not TikTok. Oh my god, you see what I'm saying? Share it, comment, all that good stuff. Okay, but let's listen to this song. It's called "Who Knew." I love this one. I did listen to this one. Oh, and hopefully the end. Come on,
Wrap my head around it, feel so astounded.
All right, hold on a second. Let's see. Come on, internet. Guys, this is what happens.
But you found me.
Yeah, let me see if we can just gonna get a whole.
Wrap my head around it, feel so astounded. Lost, but you found me. I just keep calling. Might find me out there where love meets hopeless. Feeling so defiant, handling the fire. Tell me this ain't really happening. Oh, when exactly didn't turn to passion. No complaints, just asking. See the picture, no caption. Pardon my reaction, but who knew we'd be there? Far from the obvious. Who knew we'd be there? Now it's so obvious. Now it's so obvious. Now it's so obvious. But we never knew, never knew, never knew. I think I'm in love again. Had the rest, but no, the mothers can't make me feel like I'm falling. But catch me right before the crash. I ain't never felt like that before. Butterflies like the first time. Still feels like the first time. See the shit from the bird's side. Feeling so defiant, handling the fire. Tell me this ain't really happening. Oh, when exactly didn't turn to passion. No complaints, just asking. See the picture, no caption. Pardon my reaction, but who knew we'd be there? Far from the obvious. Who knew we'd be there? Now it's so obvious. Now it's so obvious. Now it's so obvious. But we never knew, never knew, never knew.
I love that. Oh my gosh. So tell us about this song. Tell us more about this song. I love it. My God, like even the whole video, the quality, like beautiful, of course. Your dress is
Thank you.
Tell us about this song.
This song is a part of a project titled Why Am I Like This? And it's extended because last year around this time I dropped only 4 songs of that project. And then this year, August 1st, I dropped everything. So it's just like 7 songs. But this song was created like, I want to say 4 years ago, and the overthinking and, being so hard on yourself, I did not release the song. It was just like a lot of,
So you wrote this song.
yes, I co-wrote it with other songwriters, and yeah. So the song is basically about just the realization of like your person, of the person that you're with, and it's just like, oh, who knew? I guess all of the fights and stuff is like, it's just like we're imperfect but perfect for each other, like that type of.
I love that. It's so pretty. Oh my God. Like I said, even the quality of like just everything, it's beautiful. Your voice is just, I could hear it all day. Seriously. I'm not just saying that.
I know.
Can I tell you? No, I love it. And so I'm pretty sure. So is this no, that's not the most recent one, right? I'm pretty sure. What is the other one?
It is the most recent one.
It is?
I dropped a project of 7 songs. That's the last song on that project. It's basically like the project within itself, like, why am I like this? It goes from like the flirtiness to so it starts off with 2 songs, Freak and MIC, which is like the flirtiness of the, when you're meeting somebody or you're in a relationship, whatever. And then it goes into the relationship where you guys start developing feelings for each other. And then after that, it gets into, okay, we're in this, we're locked in, but also things are, not as great. But then at the end, which is who knew, it's like, oh, actually, all of this makes sense. Like, you make sense. Yeah.
Who knew this is good? No, and I love it. I mean, I can't relate in the love area right now, okay, but that's okay. That's a whole other topic. No, but I'm a sucker for, I mean, look, I love love anyways, so I love songs that have stories, and it's just like, and it's true. And you know what? The reality of life is you never know. Sometimes we were just talking about it, right? Like how in life you're like, this is how it should go, and then later things happen. You're like, damn, like who would have thought?
Actually, you see, actually, yeah, it could. Yeah, it's like two in one. Like you didn't expect things to be that way, and then it just happens. Like, oh, who knew I needed this lesson? Who knew I needed to go through this to, So yeah.
Look at us guys over here teaching you guys lessons, and if you're watching, or even if you're watching the replay, no, but and you know what, Lord, I'm very much like that. If I go through something, especially now, I'm like, okay, what can I learn from this? But sometimes you're like, damn, I don't want to learn things anymore. Like, can we
just get on with it? Like, can I just get to the point where everything's great?
Yeah. But you know what? Another thing, guys,
I've heard like the sermons that I've been watching. It's just like, you're not going through anything, and not to say you have to go through like crazy stuff, but if you're not going through anything, that means you're not really living. Like, you're not moving forward, you're not progressing, you're not leveling up. So
that part,
I don't want to be stagnant. I don't like the ebbs and flows, but I don't want to be stagnant.
I know, you'd be like little kids, right? Like, I don't want to go to that. But you know what? You said something, you nailed it. And I've always said this, as human beings, we have to evolve. And if you don't, and how do you evolve? You have to go through stuff you maybe don't want to go through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hear people, and I always say this story, but it's just so true. I think it just impacted me because I'm like, I want to make sure I'm not like that. I'm not judging, but like saying 5 years past, and Cinthia, how are you? I'm in the same place I was 5 years ago. And you're like, wait, like me personally, I'm like, no, that's not acceptable. So it doesn't matter really how that looks like you said. I mean, things are going to happen. Sometimes they're going to steer in a different direction, but still, I feel like even if life takes us a different direction, I feel like your purpose here on earth, like you singing or whatever other passions you have, it's going to be fulfilled as long as you embrace the journey, going back to embracing the journey, right?
And understanding what you learned in that phase, which is why it's like, I had to go back and remind myself, like, you're not late. You didn't miss out on anything. I'm just learning, because then the person that I am today, I wouldn't have been like, I wouldn't have been able to handle it maybe 5 years, 10 years ago. So I'm just like, it's not easy, but we're trying to just embrace everything as it comes and just trying to be mature about it too. Like, so yeah.
You know what? In the book, it also states, or I don't know if it's not book, she's like, everybody has that 8-year-old in them that sometimes, sometimes we don't know how to like handle certain situations. But you said something, important, like it's life. You have to see, okay, what can I learn from this, and embrace the journey. And I think that's the mindset that we have to have. We're like, obviously it sucks when you go through things, but I don't know about you, Lourdes. I'm a huge believer in like, okay, this sucks that I went through this, but if I'm stuck in victim mode, if I'm stuck in poor me, you're going to continue to attract more stuff in your life.
Yeah. And yeah,
like
so,
how you react to life is so important. I don't know. I think,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think that's a real thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So that's another thing. That's why I decided like this year, it took me like 2-3 years to be like, okay, I'm gonna be on medication now. But I was just like, if this is not gonna change and I want to be better, then I have to do something different.
Yeah.
I tell myself this year that I'm going to be doing or trying to do the opposite of the things that I normally do. So that's what I'm doing. So whether I was scared, like the first time my sister pushed me was like, "You gonna perform this year?" So I was like, "Okay, we're gonna."
Good
so,
sister. Good job, sister.
she's the little big sister because she be pushing.
She's the little big sister. Oh, okay.
But yeah, so
you need people
like,
in your circle like that, Lourdes. You need people in your circle like that because I feel like if people are now, you're fine, you're doing fine. And you're like, how do you evolve? But if people are like, if they push you to like, you're like, hold on, no, and you do it, and you're like, who knew?
Exactly. Love that. But yeah, I do love that, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't want people to tell me like, oh yeah, you did great. No, tell me where I need to improve. Tell me what I need to do to be better. Like,
yeah.
So yeah.
And I love it. And I think it's valid also to like, I feel like as life progresses and you go through things, you're like, okay, hold on, let me adjust this. Is this what I want? Or what do I need to do to get there? But I think I've said it like 5 times already on this podcast, but I think if you embrace your journey and you're like, okay, I'm going to embrace every step of my journey in my music career, in my personal life. And it's easier said than done, but we have to have more grace for ourselves. And I say that to you and I say that to myself because I think sometimes we are so hard on ourselves and you're like, oh my God, Cinthia, like me, like you just said something also powerful. It's not too late. And I think a lot of times, obviously I'm much older than you, but sometimes you just say, I say that people have got on my case, stop saying you're old. But I'm like, I'm not that I'm old,
but I don't know. I mean, 4 year olds don't
know. But what I'm saying,
but okay.
No. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I think again goes back to like being negative with ourselves. You know, saying, "Oh my God," like I always tell my girls, "Girls, do this right now that you're young." But then at the same time, it's just like, who says at my age I can't do this, and that? You know what I'm saying? The only person stopping me is who? Me.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Same for you. So, and again, I feel like we give other people so much power, and they're living their life, or they're going through their own struggles. We're over here like, what if? Like, no, like it's like the book says,
you just have to let go, just
let
it happen. Yes. It's gonna happen anyway. So it's just like you might as well let it happen sooner later. So
and that's the thing, love. Like life is gonna life, right? That I've always said it. Life is just a roller coaster, right? There's gonna be really great times in our lives, and there's gonna be times that you're like, oh my God, like I can't anymore. And this is why it's so important, like you just said, also that, you know, your sister was pushing you. It's important who you surround yourself with. It's important the environment that you're living in. Like, I believe if you are wanting to grow and evolve as a human being, you have to pay attention to that, because there's no way you can grow and evolve or heal and you're still in that same circle, if you will, of where you can grow, right?
Right. And I'm grateful to my sister, my husband. They're both you can't do the same thing. You gotta we gotta do something different. Yeah, exactly. So that's where I'm at, you know.
And that's a beautiful thing, because Lourdes, I think when you can self-reflect and be like, okay, this is my goals, but you don't get stuck on, how can I get there? Or my God, I failed here. Instead of saying, excuse me, okay, how can I be better? What can I do so I can just like embrace the journey and maybe reevaluate where I'm at. Reevaluate what I want for my music or for my life, right?
And we're still doing that. It's an ongoing thing. I feel like I've changed so much from January till now.
That's beautiful.
I've grown so much. And that's why I can say, like, I feel like this is the first time I've ever felt like I've grown, but this is the first time I'm like, okay, like, wow, like,
I love that.
It feels lighter. Like, it just, you know, I'm in a great place. You know, it could be better, but thank God for where I'm at right now.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, just like somebody told me a few weeks ago, I always say, I mean, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where they're like, stop. They're like, why can't you be proud of yourself for how much you've grown until now? And you just said it right now, like, man, since the beginning of the year till now, like, I have grown, and embrace that and be like, I'm proud of you. Say it to yourself, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Lordus, because I think, again, we're so hard on ourselves, like we were supposedly worry about other people, but in reality, we're the ones that are just hard on ourselves. And I think when you're like, hey girl, like, what's so crazy, you might laugh at me, but I've been going to the gym, right? Which, anyways, I'm not gonna say the comments I usually say. But there's times that I've been on the treadmill, seriously, Lord, and I was like, oh, I feel like the pain and stuff that the other day I did this, and it sounds silly, you guys, but it's crazy. It works. I was like, no. And I was talking to my body, and I was like, you know what? I'm proud of you. Oh my God, you're so strong. You're beautiful. And at first I thought it was silly, but I promise
you, it helps.
The pain went away. Because I was thinking at that moment, Cinthia, instead of complaining, yes, I was like, instead of complaining and what we speak, also we manifest that, we make that our reality. I was thinking of like, man, 2 years ago, I fractured my tibia. I was in Vegas. I couldn't walk. I was in a wheelchair. So we're so lenient towards complaining about what we don't have, instead of saying, you know what, I'm so grateful. Like you, man, if I can go back and look from January to here, I've grown so much.
Yeah. And
maybe I'm not where I want to be, but I'm on the right path.
Right. That's what it feels like for me.
That's what it is, girl.
It is, yeah.
Embrace it. But
a little emotional, but it's like, yeah, I'm happy, like, about where I'm at and the decisions I've made, like, to bring me to this point. So
yeah. I'm proud of you, and be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself, because listen, like we talked about earlier, life is going to continue to life.
Right.
And I feel like it's so important, again, how we react to life's adversities, how we react to life's challenges. Yes, sometimes it's okay to not be okay and cry it out and have your moment, because of course we're human beings. I'm not saying don't cry, but afterwards, just like, all right, okay, what can I take from this? How can I grow from this? And I'm super proud of you, and I appreciate you sharing with me. I know we're at an hour. I'm over here like, girl, I'm a talker. We can be here for 2 hours, but I'm very mindful of people's time. But I appreciate you sharing with us. I don't know if you want to leave people who are watching, say something, whatever you want to say. And then of course, also about your music, like where they can download your music, listen to your music. And then we'll listen maybe to a song, to close off the podcast. But I appreciate your time, girl. It's been an hour, like I said, but I'm very mindful of this time.
And you see, it passed without me, like, in my head, like, oh, what am I going to talk about? Okay.
Good.
But one thing that you were saying, something that it kind of just came to me, like, regardless if you do something with your time or not, it's going to still go. So it's just like, you just have to just put yourself out there, no matter how big or small, like, you just have to do it. Like you mentioned working out, like for me, I just decided to go back into working out, and it's been like 3 weeks. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just keep going and see where it takes me. But yeah, this was amazing. But as far as like music is concerned, I do have like a song that's coming out, an acoustic Christmas vibes that I'm working on right now. It's already out. It's titled Yours Again, but I wanted to do like an acoustic vibe to that. And then I am also working on a Valentine's Day EP project with some amazing artists also. Brianna Knight and Jeannie and a couple more girls. So it's just gonna be cool vibes. I can't wait for that. And yeah, my project, Why Am I Like This, is out and it's available on all DSPs. You can follow me on all social media platforms. I included it in the headline, I Am Lordus, IAMLORDUS. So yeah, I'm just in the space of creating, whether I'm talking about love or just, my personal thing, the overthinking and stuff. Yeah, I'm just creating. I'm in that space and I'm happy, so.
And that's what's important. You just ended that off like perfectly, because I think at the end of the day, it's important. Yes, I know I hear people say, oh, you just say be happy. And it's so easy to say, because obviously we're not going to be happy 24/7. But when you're in a place where you're like, listen, I'm content, like I'm feeling good where I'm going, and honestly, like, just give yourself more credit, give yourself grace. Like even you saying gym, to be honest, for me, obviously I'm on a weight loss journey, but aside from the weight loss, it helps you mentally.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does so much more because you're actually taking time, you're dedicating time for you. And I think that's what I've learned right now going to the gym. Like speaking of, I'm probably going to go after this. I didn't drink too much. I should be good. No.
I'm probably going to do something because I didn't work out today. So I was like, I have to work out at least 4 times a week. Like, and that's it. That's fine.
Yeah. And I think that's just so important. So I am so proud of you. I'm so grateful that you accepted this invite. I'm excited to see you continue to grow. If you and the ladies want to come on here on Valentine's,
I will tell them.
That would be so cool. But let me know, But I'm so.
I think they would love to. They would definitely love to.
Yeah, that would be so cool. I love it. I'm excited to hear the one for Christmas too, because Christmas is like my favorite holiday. But yeah. Anyways, everybody, guys, whoever tuned in, and we appreciate you tuning in. If you're just coming in right now, guys, make sure to when we end this, come back and listen to it, or hit that replay button. And share it. Also share it. That will help. Or if you come back also and comment, that helps a lot with the algorithm, because YouTube's a lot more difficult than like TikTok or anything else to push things, right? I've seen that, but I was like, it's okay. So anyways, Lordus, thank you again for your time. I appreciate you, love.
For having me. It was amazing talking to you today.
Yes. And when you have my support all the time. If you ever want to come back, like say hey thing.
I will come back. Maybe I'll come back with my sister too. So
yes. I would love that. Send me, like I said, people you want me to highlight, I would love to. That's what this whole podcast is about, is just highlighting people, but also having real conversations.
And I think it's amazing that you decided to come back to this and do this again. Like, it's definitely something that you love, so you're good at it. Like, you make it.
Thank you.
It doesn't make sense for you to not do this. Like, this is.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much, love. Thank you. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end this podcast. You guys, make sure you guys come back next week. Thankfully, I have like the rest of the year already scheduled, and some of January too. So I'm super excited. Yeah, to have all these different guests on here. It was really fun. I do love it, if you could tell. So we're gonna end it off with one of your songs. You pick the song. I have your YouTube right here. Which one should we end it off with? And then we'll come up.
I guess we could end it on "Say It." I guess.
Say It. Yes. Okay. Actually, perfect. We'll do that one. Hold on. Let me get it ready here. But you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And again, Lordus, I wish you the best. And I follow you, girl. So I'm here. I'm one of your number one supporters. Okay. But keep doing what you're doing. And thank you, love. And we'll be in touch. Okay. And everybody who tuned in, thank you so much. And we're going to go ahead and end it off with this song called "Say It" by Lordus. Make sure you guys follow her on all platforms. Her music is everywhere. Make sure you guys download it. Trust me, if you like chill vibes, R&B, this is your girl right here, okay? Because you're so freaking talented. So, all right, thank you guys again. Thank you again, Lordus. And here is the song, "Say It."
Want me text back fast, hey, wait. Used to give me your attention as it faded. I know. You call me your favorite, and shit ain't even enough. My biggest fear is you telling me that you had enough of us. If you love me, say that. 'Cause your face, it really ain't like it was. But I want your heart back with me, baby. That's all I ever need. I don't need you to say it. Need you to say it. Just say it for me. Say it for me. That's all I need. Trying to get a handle, trying to understand your hindsight. Nothing really goes as it plans to. Losing our way, why play it safe? We try our hardest, but still make mistakes. You call me your favorite, and shit ain't even enough. My biggest fear is you telling me that you had enough of us. If you love me, say that. 'Cause your face, it really ain't like it was. But I want your heart back with me, baby.